Hello everyone, this is Dolphin Data Lab Technical Support Team, and this video will teach you how to cut zones for the Toshiba pension hard drives with bad sectors. Please note that to cut zones for the Toshiba hard drives is used for hard drive refurbishing, not for data recovery. Please don't use this cut zones function for data recovery purpose, and it will destroy your valuable data. So please be careful to use this function. Now let's power on the hard drive and we enter the Toshiba program and we can obtain details. Now we can see the Toshiba is 320 GB and its actual capacity is 298.09 GB. This is actual capacity for the 320 GB Toshiba hard drives. So for this kind of pension drives, if we want to cut zones with bad sectors, how to do? Surely, before we doing anything on the firmware or on the refurbishing or repair, the most important thing is to back up the ROM and back up the firmware modules. Anyway, for Toshiba hard drives, which modules are the most important ones to back up? Just two modules. So one is the module 56, and this one is the ID module, and the other one is module DD. So module DD is the pianist module. So these two modules must be read before doing anything to the hard drive. So in case if we do something wrong in the future operations and get the drives busy or undetected or something or some other kind of wrong operations occurred on the pension drives, we can write these two modules back and then we get the drives restored. Now we have backup these two important modules. Let's go to cut the zones with bad sectors. So to cut the zones, the most important firstly is to get the zone table. We usually use the mirroring mode, and then the program starts to list all of the zones. Now, these are all the zones available with this hard drive. For example, if we find out there are some bad sectors in the first two zones, we can see the PBA address here. If we need to cut these two zones, for example, just cut two zones. Now, we can try to right click and start to cut zone. And we just need to check the log window and see if the operation is successful or not. Now we can see operation success. After we see this message output in the log window, we can exit the program, power off and power on the drive, and this operation will become valid. Now we enter the program and check the hard drive ID and capacity and see what happened with the drive. For this drive is very special because we can see after we cut zones, the capacity is bigger and is increased. This is normal for many drives when we are trying to refurbish some drives. You know, the actual capacity for these drives, they can be, for example, if for the 320 GB, the actual capacity, they can be much bigger. like 500 GB. Sometimes when they are trying to refurbish the hard drive, you can repair the 500 GB to 1 TB. This depends on the capacity and the density of the platter surface, and depends on your firmware. Now we can see this is the capacity after we cut zones. Mostly, we know that after cut zones, capacity will be smaller, will be reduced. But for this drive, the capacity is increased. Now, how to test if this new capacity is accessible? We can read and write the new data from this new capacity. Now we can try to test. Now we run logical scan, and we can copy this one and change to 000, and this, of course, the new capacity errors. And we click OK, and then we click Run Logical Scan, and we can find out for these new capacity errors, they are still accessible. So that means the cutting zones for these pension drives is successful. We have successfully increased the capacity, and the drive has no bad sectors now, and users can write new data and can read new data from these new capacity errors. So this is how we cut zones with the DFL Toshiba and Fujitsu firmware repair program. Thank you for